What's going on, gang? Okay, so yeah, there was no promoting this live, no discussing it, other than talking about it. This is very impromptu, and this was a conversation that I was asked to facilitate, and we are going to be having a conversation with a guest that had to step out for a moment, but I believe they will be back, and this was with Ash23. Um, Ash23 did want to speak with Mac, asked if I would provide the space to have this conversation. So I am going to provide that for her. There were a couple of stipulations that I wanted to add to that. And the first stipulation is that I will, once Ash comes up here, have the comments off. And the reason why I'll have those comments off is because I want her to be able to focus on the conversation as opposed to focusing on the chat. So I do hope that those of you guys who are here can understand that and respect it. So I am going to do that when Ash arrives. And the other stipulation is that I am not letting anybody else up. I am not going to be allowing a space for anybody other than that. Mods, if you guys are in here, please do not bring anybody else up. Anybody else, whether it's somebody who's remotely related to it, whether it's Irish Bobby, anybody. No one else is going to be allowed up here to speak except for the three of us that are going to be up here. And like I've said many times, I understand that people are not happy with Ash's, but just things that Ash has said and done in the past. That's not relevant at this moment in this conversation. If you guys want to feel the way you want to feel about Ash, myself, or Mac after this conversation, you're more than welcome to have those feelings afterwards. As of right now, the conversation is about this here, the situation between Ash and Mac, and in relation to what's been going on with Bobby G. Anything else that that any other grievances that anybody else has with Ash is a different conversation. And if Ash and anybody else would like me to facilitate a space for that, I can do that at a separate time. That's not what's happening here. What's happening here, it is specifically and strictly between what's happened in relation to Ash, Mac, and Bobby. So I will now, let's see.
Real quick, I need to make one thing. Can you hear me okay, or do I have an echo?
You are fine.
You're good.
You are
Okay, I just
fine.
want to make sure because I have my earpods on because I'm at physical therapy. I can
Understood.
talk while I'm here. I just want to make sure that you can hear me.
No, we can hear you clearly. We
Okay,
can. Yeah,
thank
it's
you.
coming in clear. And if for some reason you do have to step out, please don't let us hold you here. I'm not going to assume you're running or anything like that. But if you have to leave for any particular reason, that's fine.
Okay,
I
okay,
understand.
no problem. I appreciate it
Sure.
because I'm not running from this. I'm here because I asked for this conversation. I want to say one thing before we get started. Mac, thank you for coming in and listening to me. You didn't have to. You could have said, F you, Ash. I'm done with you. You could have done what you said, whatever you wanted, but you didn't. So I do appreciate it.
Yeah, no problems.
Okay.
So
So can I go with this?
please go right ahead, Ash. Floor is yours.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mac,
go.
Mac, I want to say a few things to you. First of all, I want to apologize to you again for what I did to you. If I did it, whatever I did, I'm sorry. Um, I think this thing's gone way too fucking far. I'm gonna say this right now. The night that the live was held about me, the 4, 5, 6 hour live, whatever the hell it was, my mental status was at the worst. I tried to hurt myself. I tried to take my life. Um, uh, but I didn't realize it until today. I've done some whole heart searching on myself, and people say, and especially when it comes to Bobby, calls me a friend. Correct? Yes, but this is the way I feel. If somebody's my friend, why don't they end their life and come check on me? Am I right or wrong? Can you answer that, please? Can somebody answer that?
Yeah, like if if there was a live happening about me, the first thing Irish would do, since it's kind of comparable, I don't think Irish would immediately. He would ask me, like, if it was a bad, pretty big live. He would ask me, like, "Am I okay?" and personal DMs. That's the
Well,
first thing he would do.
well, nobody asked me. So, mm. I'm not saying you because you have no obligation to me. I'm not saying Irish because he has no obligation to me. Nobody has an obligation to me other than me and my wife. But did I get checked on? No. I know my wife is concerned. She didn't even know what the hell I did, but I did do something stupid that night. I think somebody is making a joke of it. I don't play with mental, and I am who I am. I did what I did. I can't take it back. But if this shit keeps on about me, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it the next time. There is a fourth time for me, and I am at that point of no return right now. I did this today because I'm done. You know, I think what's been going on with you is wrong, and I'm saying that right here on this panel right now. It's gone too far. This shit should have stopped a hell of a long time ago, and it hasn't. And I think it's gone too goddamn far now. I'm not telling Mac. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not. Please understand that. Just please hear me out. I know you messaged me a while back, and what did I do with that message? And I'll be honest with you. I blocked that message. Yes, I did. And was it right of me? No. Like I said, though, after I don't even know how long this shit's been going on, but especially after last night, and I've been trying to sleep off and on, but it keeps rushing through my head. What am I doing? What am I condoning? You know, what exactly? How far have I gone? How far have I gone? I've gone too goddamn far. I have. I don't know if you can ever accept my apology, and I don't know if you ever will. That's up to you. It's nobody else's choice. It's yours. Um, people can say whatever the hell they want about me. I really don't care. I am who I am. I live my life for me. I don't live my life for anybody else other than me and my wife. Um, and one other special person in my heart. And I keep going because of her. Um, uh, and
Ash,
yes, ask me anything you want, Mac. Anything. I don't care.
yeah, yeah. Can I honestly, see I see your relationship with Bobby, and you guys are friends, whatever. Because of Bobby's character, I believe he is using you because he knows that you're trans. And um, I do believe that he is using you because you're trans and it gives him access to other communities. And that's just my belief. You don't have to take that. I would just maybe think on that because the second that if you were to go to him, just like Judo did, right? If you were to go to him and tell him, hey, you should stop doing this to Mac, whatever, right? He would cut you off within an instant. And I think
I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead, please.
you're
I'm
good.
sorry.
And I think maybe just reflect on that. You don't have to make a decision about that, but maybe just think on that because I don't like I'm not again, I'm not really annoyed with you necessarily. Like, yeah, it irritates me that you're in the comments supporting Bobby here and there, but my anger and my focus is not directed towards you. And I don't think other people in the comments would say that their focus is directed towards you either. We're genuinely just trying to get people to see the truth.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. I know people that are in the comments, and I'm glad they're off. But I know people in the comments are probably in here saying that I'm a liar. They can say whatever they want. I don't care. I'm not here for them. I'm here to talk to you, Mac. I'm here to talk to you. Um, I'm sure you can still hear me. I know you're out of the app, or not out of the app, but you might have gotten a phone call, but I know you can hear me. I'm here to talk to you. Like I said, I got to physical therapy. Yeah, I've been thinking all that went up before I even got here, and I reached out to Brussels, and asked her to call me. We had a conversation, and I told her that I wanted to reach out to Ernesto. He was nice enough to reach out to me. We had our conversation, and that's what's making this happen today. Um, I already know. I can tell you right now, this instant, as soon as I get off this live, he won't ever talk to me again. That's his choice. I don't really care. I cannot do this anymore. I will say this: if I keep doing what I am doing, I'm not going to be on this planet much longer. I'm gonna do something stupid. This time I will succeed in it. I will.
Now,
I
Ash,
know I have everything I need to do it, and I don't want to go there.
Ash, can I just so like here, no one wants to see that. Genuinely, no one wants to see that, Ash, and no one wants that for you. No one in this community wants that for you. No one wants to see you have to go through with that at all in any way, shape, or form. And I just wanted to like make it very clear that Bobby is not worth your life. He's not, and I know that that might not help. I just wanted to make that clear for you
Oh,
that you are worth so much more than like whatever's going on TikTok and going on in these spaces. And Ash, like I feel like you feel you're in a hole, and that's kind of why you feel the need to do that. And I would just say that like your hole is not too far gone. I think you could make amends to the people that you have maybe upset, like prior friends, like Judo, Swish, maybe people like those. I think you really could make amends to those people, and I don't think that your hole is too far deep.
let me say this. Um, Last night, was I in his life? Yes, I was. Will I ever be back in that life? No, I won't. I'm done. I can't. If I keep doing what I am doing, what I've been doing, I won't. I can't do this. I've talked to my wife. I said, "Babe, I cannot do this. I'm going," and I hate to say the word. I'll just say CARZY, however you spell it. I am. I can't do this no more. I can't. I gotta do. I gotta get me back. I gotta get myself healthy again. I've been having chest pains the last few days, and they're getting worse. I mean, if I don't stop, I'm gonna end up in the hospital, maybe having a heart attack or something worse. I cannot do this anymore. I can't. I'm not asking for anybody to forgive me. I'm not. If you don't like me, that's fine. But I'm not condoning anything anymore. I'm not condoning him. I'm done with him. I'm over. I am done.
So, could you explain why you are done with him, just so that way we're all kind of like on the same page?
It's like I said from the beginning, Mac. When that live was held up about me, I really didn't think about it. People have told me, Ash, how can you support somebody if somebody really cares about you, but you're yelling out for help because you're thinking, and they don't stop their live or whatever, text you or whatever the case might be. Ash, are you okay? What kind of friend is that? Did they say they're a friend? What kind of friend is that? It's not. I didn't even realize it. Maybe I'm dumb. Whatever case you might say, whatever you want to say about me, but I can't do it anymore. I can't. I'm gonna
No,
break. I'm gonna have a nervous breakdown. That's probably where I'm going right now. I'm gonna
and
probably go check myself into the hospital real soon.
so I think that you, I think that genuinely, Ash, to start your healing process from, everything that you've been going through, I think the best way to do that would be to try to make to the people who you care a lot about, who you've maybe lost through this issue. And I genuinely believe, again, that the people who you really cared about that you lost due to this, I think that they would be more than willing to try to have a conversation with you as to fix those issues. And I really do think, Ash, that Bobby has, he's been people, friends who try to isolate other friends. That's a problem, and I think that's what he's been doing to you. He's been trying to isolate you and telling you, "Oh, if you ever talk to Judo again, or if you ever talk to Swish or whoever, I can't like be your friend." Blah blah blah. That's abusive, and you just need to remember that kind of going forward. And Ash, I guess I want to ask you: are you aware that Bobby is being are you aware that Bobby is being criminally investigated for stalking me?
I've heard of it. I've heard.
Did you have a
Okay.
Are you
chance,
Can I
aware
take it?
that?
Ash? Did you have a chance to watch the live that I hosted on
On
Sunday?
Sunday?
Yes.
I watched a little bit of it. I
Okay,
could not do much of it
I
because my
understand.
mental status was getting worse. I want to say
Understandable.
something before you go on. Before you go on, Mac. Do you remember a while back? I can't remember how long it's been. That you were on a live. You were hosting a live, and I literally came into your panel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I came into your panel that day to come talk to you, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who came on that panel? Do you remember? Who was the first
I
person?
don't.
I do. It was Bobby.
Was it
Yeah.
Judo or?
Was
No,
this the live?
no. It
Yeah,
was
that
only
Bobby tried to say to come to his live to have a
no.
conversation.
This was a live that Mac was hosting. I forget what she was talking about. I don't remember. I really don't. I don't remember how long ago it's been. It hasn't been that long ago. I know that. I went into her panel because I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to talk to you. Excuse me. And I was up there. I think we were having a good conversation. Well, we were trying to have a good conversation. You were asking me questions. We were going. I think we were trying to have a conversation. I'll say it like that. Let me go back. Um, Bobby, I came in there, and then Irish came in, and of course, well, I can't say anything. So,
All hell broke
Oh
loose.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
all hell broke loose.
so
It's just
I came in to have a conversation with you, nobody else, because I wanted to try to fix what is wrong. I came in there to talk to you, and that was it. I don't need nobody to defend me. I can defend myself, and that's what I was trying to do, to take care of me, not to take care of Bobby, not to take care of anybody else, to take care of me and to try to fix. How do I say it? Um, for you to understand where I'm coming and I understand where you're coming. If that makes sense, I don't know any other way to say it. I don't know. Um, my words are not that great, so you have to forgive me.
take your time. Take your time. It's not a we're not on a timer where you have take a breath to be able to say what you need to say in the way that you want to say it. Take as much time as you need.
I came into Thank you. I came into your live that day because I was like, you know what? I need to talk to Mac. I do. I need to talk to her. I need to try to figure out, try to come to some kind of understanding. Maybe if I have to apologize for what I did, and I have a hell of a lot to apologize for. Not only for hosting a live one night, but for condoning things that have been going on against you. So I have a hell of a lot to apologize for. Um, and I came in that live to come in and talk to you to do that. Of course, people come up on the panel. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm here to do something and I can't even do what I have to do because you just want to come in and take over. So forget it. Why am I even doing anything anymore? It seems like every time I want to try to do something, somebody tries to stop me. Not anymore. Nobody's stopping me. Nobody's talking for me. I'm talking for myself. I'm done. I'm over this. I'm done with Bobby. I am done. I am not condoning this anymore. I do not condone this. You can, anybody that's listening to this, you can believe me or not. I am done. I am over this. Today is the last day. And I'm going to do what I do. I'm going to get myself better, because if I don't, I'm not going to be here, and I'm going to leave my wife. And I'm not losing my wife. I'm not losing my sanity. I have to get better for me. And I have to talk to you to get there. That's the only way I can get better. Talk to you, Mac.
Okay. Having said that, Ash, I do want to point out. I do want to point out a couple of things. You have
Yes.
you have said what the possibility is if it continues. Okay. Continuing to repeat it would just be counterproductive, because not to say that this is the case, but if you continue to say what you would do if it continues, because everyone here has heard it, but if you continue to say that, it would seem more performative, if that makes sense.
Yes, it
Okay,
does.
perfect.
I
I
understand.
just want to point that out.
Thank you for
Okay.
thank you for helping me. 'Cause
Sure.
like I said, I have trouble with words.
No.
Thank you.
And yeah, that's the thing is I want to keep it moving forward. If we're going to if we're going to continue this conversation, so we can, because I do also want the people in the comments to want to believe you as well. But in doing so, we have to move forward as opposed to just staying lateral. And if we continue to talk about
Exactly.
the same thing, it being lateral, it comes off more performative. So, and I
No,
don't want people to see that from, if this is not the thing that you're doing, I don't want people to assume that that's what you're doing, if that makes sense.
Of course, no, it does make sense. So
Okay.
yeah, I get it.
Perfect.
Sorry, I'm trying to
What-
fill my water bottle. So
Matt, before you speak, I just want to say one more thing, Ash, because I do want to make it clear that that this has happened before, where you have had conversations, where you said things that were very similar as far as you being done and wanting to step away, and you've made apologies. But those apologies in the past have been conditional apologies. And what I mean by that is, during those apologies, when you got pushback from whoever was on the panel, you decided, you know what, I'm going to retract those apologies. Now, apologies should not be conditional. If you're genuine in them, no matter how much pushback you get, those apologies should still stand. Now, it's not to say that you can't be upset at somebody for not accepting your apology, but you shouldn't retract your apology just because they don't accept it or because they give you pushback. And that has happened before. So I want to make it I want to make it clear that if these are genuine words, these are words that you are saying, they shouldn't be conditional in any way. If Mac doesn't accept it and says something that you don't agree with or you dislike, you can't all of a sudden just be like, well, never mind.
yeah, no, I understand exactly what you mean.
Okay.
I'm not doing this for her to accept my apology. I'm doing this because I need to.
Understood.
And it's not have to. I need to.
Understood.
I need to do it for me.
Go ahead.
I want to make some things clear, Ash, that maybe you're not aware of because you haven't been able to see the information. I don't know. But I do want to make it very, I want to make you aware of some things so that way you're informed, because I think that's important. I want to let you know that Bobby is, he is. I don't know how else to convey this other than he is in fact being criminally investigated for the stalking that he has taken part in of me.
Mm-hmm.
There are multiple police stations involved in the investigation. The dean of students and, people in my life that I needed to make aware of the situation are aware of the situation. And so I wanted to make that very clear that that's not, despite whatever Bobby says, that is not false information. That is absolutely true information. And I just wanted to make you aware of that because, again, I think it's important to be informed. I also want to make you aware that whatever money Bobby is collecting for his supposed defamation lawsuit, it's just he's not going to be able to have a case because everything that I've spoke on is now in a police report, which means that that can no longer be defamation. It's not defamation to speak on something that you have put into a police report.
I
And
understand.
so I just want to make that clear as well that that to the people who are sending him money, that is gonna go nowhere. And that's not, even if he were to get a lawyer to look at all of this, that money's not going to go anywhere. The lawyer is going to, get their payment, but it's not gonna result in anything. And so whatever money he's collecting, I wouldn't even trust that he's putting it towards a lawyer, but that's just me. And I would also say that Bobby has done other things as well that are not necessarily criminal, but are very scary for myself, such as, trying to get in contact with people that I previously knew, trying to encourage other people to get in contact. And it's just really, it's a level too far whenever you start to try to discredit, people's stories. And it's been really a really hard 4 weeks because of that. And so, like I just think that you should be made aware of that. And no matter what Bobby says, he can say that, he didn't email the cops. He can say that he didn't call them. He can say that he didn't report, he didn't email the cops. I have the right to know, since he reported me to my college, I have the right to know my accuser. That's part of being a student and your student rights. You have the right to know your accuser and you have the right to know what they said about you. And so anything that he says about me to my college, they have to give me his information. So, I just wanted to make that clear that like all of those things are true, and just to like make you aware, because I want you to be informed and aware. And like I think it would be great if you were what's the word? Able to get back in touch with the people that you lost, like Judo, for example. Touch with the people that you lost, like Judo, for example. I think that would be great. And I think Judo saw early on what was going on and he was able to see that. And I think that he would be willing to have a conversation to show you more and connect with you. And so I just think that you should maybe try to go to him next, or whoever you want to go to next to make amends. But I genuinely, like, I think you can say whatever you want to say up here. I'll believe it once I see it. So once I see that you're kind of no longer in the spaces, and once I kind of see that maybe you have tried to go make amends to people, and maybe even if you, I don't know, were on a live denouncing, Bobby or whatever, then that's when I'd be able to believe it.
Okay, you want to hear me? Come
Sure.
into my live today. I'll be on at 4 p.m. Or I say 5 because I do have some things after I get out of physical, because I don't get out of physical therapy till 3:15. I have to go pick up my wife. We have to go to the store, and then we'll be home. So I'll probably be about 5. I will go on my own panel and say it. I've already said what I said on my panel, but I will do it again one more time.
Ash,
And I
with this,
didn't announce them, but I will do it on my panel today.
is this what time what area code, or not area code, but what?
Oh, I'm sorry, Eastern, 5 Eastern time.
Okay, 5 Eastern. Yeah, just so
Yep.
those who don't. Would it be an issue if for those who don't want to join your panel, would you have an issue with me streaming it here?
Nope,
Okay.
not at all.
Just wanted to.
Not at all.
It would be a public live. I would still do it, but I'm just giving you the respect of asking first.
If you want to come in and sit on the panel, you can come in and sit on the panel. The rest of the district people know who you are. They can come in and follow you in. Listen.
No, and that's not it. It's not like I want to, just to grow the panel at all. But I mean, I do want, because there, I will have the comments open here, and if people have grievances, I don't want them to flood your comments in that way. So I'd rather them be able, if they do have things that they want to just blurt out, I'd rather them do that here.
That's fine. You could. So that's fine.
Ash,
Real
what?
quick before you go on.
Yeah.
I got about 5 more minutes, and I got to get back to this because I have to have a test done. But go ahead. Say what you want to say, please.
Yeah, what made you change your mind from yesterday to today?
A lot of soul searching. A lot of thinking back. A lot of this really throwing in my head everything that's been going on, and it just goes. It all goes back to one day, and it goes back to that one day I keep coming back to, and I keep looking at that one day and thinking really, like I said before, if he's really a friend will reach out and check on you, but then, I mean, where do I go? I mean, this is the only way for me to take care of myself is to talk to you and to denounce Fabi and do what I have to do. Because not denounce him because I want everybody to say, okay, she did what she did, okay. No, I'm doing this because I have to. I have to do it for my own sanity. I have to do it for my well-being, and I have to do it because I know it's wrong. That's the biggest thing. I have to do it because I know it's wrong.
Well, Ash, that
not
was
right.
That was what I was going to actually touch on as well, because I understand that there has been soul searching on that, especially based on how he acted to you there. Between then and this morning, do you believe that this morning that he's done wrong by Mac?
Defamed her character, said things about her, maybe or not maybe. Saying he doesn't believe that she was SA'd.
To be fair, Ash, we know what he's done. What I'm asking you, because I can understand this, because I want people to I want people to see whether or not you understand that not only are you doing it because how he treated you, but are you doing it because of what he has done to Mac?
No, I'm doing it because what he's done to Mac.
And that's
you can
why.
treat me like however you want. I don't care. I'm doing this because he's done to Mac.
Well, to be fair, you keep going back to the soul searching. You keep getting, and I understand that, and that has opened it up, but that doesn't show that doesn't reflect on the fact whether or not you believe that he has been honest or he has not been.
He's not been honest. He hasn't been honest with me. He hasn't been honest with anybody.
Correct?
Yes. He hasn't. I mean, I don't. My words are the worst.
I understand. Like I said, I understand, and that's like again, I don't want to lead you into saying something that you don't believe.
I'm sorry. Okay, give me 2 minutes. I do. God damn, I hate. Damn it.
Ash, if you want to have this at another time, we can do this at another time. We can do this. I can't press you.
Can we? Okay, can we do this later on today? Because I do have to get back to this because they wanted. They want to do evaluation on me, on my hand. And I need to get this done before, so my insurance company knows that I got this done. I'm doing this because what he's done to Mac, everything he's told the people that follow him is a lie. It's not true. And he had sent me a message a while back saying to tell Mac and everybody cease and desist. I'm not saying it. That's up to him to come and tell Mac to cease and desist. Why am I the middleman? If he wants it over with, he should have just came in here and said, Mac, can we stop this now? And he didn't. And that is the truth. Am I wrong? I mean, no, I don't think I am. But I think if I would have wanted something to stop, I would be big enough or adult enough to come in and say, look, what I've done is wrong or whatever. And to say, can we stop this now? I'm over it. I'm done. I leave you alone, you leave me alone, and we just walk away. I think if anybody makes you a better person, if not, that just shows your character. So I don't know. I don't know any other way to say it. I don't. My words have always been the worst. So please forgive me, but I don't know any other way to say it. I would like to continue this conversation, but I need to get back to this because if not, I'm going to get my ass in trouble probably. But I need to talk to you too. So I have two things going on at one time.
No, I get that. Now here's the one thing that I'm going to say, because if you stay on the live, or if you see another live when we're not talking about you specifically, but you come up, there are going to be people in the comments that still don't believe you. So just understand
that's fine.
That they're going to have their grievances with you, and that's going to come.
That's
up.
fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay. Yeah, but just
the comments. You would have left the comments on. You could have left them on. You me.
Well, I wanted you to be able to focus. That's why I had the comments off. I wanted you to be able to focus on that. Now, I'll let you go. Mac, did you want to say any last words before Ash drops?
I don't know if this was already asked. If it was, you can just, tell me. I guess my last thing before you go is just, do you believe that Bobby lied to you at all in any way, shape, or form about any of this?
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to kind of get that info and how you were feeling. But yeah, Ash, we can definitely continue this at a later point since you have to go. I do appreciate you coming up and, trying to get the ball rolling. I think you have a long ball rolling. I think you have a long journey ahead of you of trying to make right. But I think starting that journey will be more beneficial than just sitting back and watching things happen and being complicit.
That journey, Ash, just to be clear, that journey does not lead to self-harm. Let's try to move past that. We can't do much. It's only you that can do that. So so if you could just try to do that, move past the self-harm part of this journey, that would be very, very good.
I will do that. I promise you.
Yeah. So
Mac, I appreciate.
Message me later.
Mac, I appreciate. I will. Mac, real quick, Ernesto.
Go ahead.
Please. Mac, I appreciate you taking your time out of and Mac, you coming in, so thank you both so much.
Sure thing.
Yep.
Yeah, go take care of yourself, Ash.
All right. Y'all have a good day. And Ernesto, I'll reach out to you so we can continue this. And Mac, I will reach out to you too. Y'all have a good one.
You too, Ash.
Thank you. Ernesto, can you just drop me down and then I'll just...
Yep. Okay, perfect. Here, let me open up the chat again. More chat settings. Why isn't it popping up? Can you open up the chat? It's taking its time with me.
Can a mod open the chat? I'm not a mod on this account.
Oh, this is your backup, right? Hold on.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Okay, comments are back on.
Cool.
Okay, so now in the comments, feel free to say what you want. If you do not believe Ash, I won't fault you for that. I can't fault you for that. If you think it's performative, I understand, and that's why I brought that up with Ash during the conversation, that repeating the same thing over and over again comes with will come off as performative, and that's why I wanted to point that out directly, because it did. Whether it sounds like I'm coaching Ash, it's a possibility that I was. It's possible that I gave her the tool to be able to continue to be that way. I understand that. But if we want it to be genuine and we want it to move forward, she has to know. She has to know that as well. No, we're not letting Irish up. Hold on. Why is
Yes, let Irish up. I just want to say, I know some of you guys might be like, why are you guys giving her grace, blah, 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 whatever. Again, I don't have like an issue. I would rather people come up and maybe like try to see the truth. And, you know, like Judo did. Like if I had turned Judo down and said, F you, Judo, like I don't want anything to do with you, whenever he tried to apologize to me, he would still be supporting Bobby right now. So to me, it's more important that people see Bobby for who he truly is, just having a big ass ego and not being able to accept that someone is trying to do better.
If you're in the request, give us a moment to speak, and then I will happily bring you guys up. Just bear with us for a moment. Good morning, Irish.
I'm gonna go. Good morning. I'm gonna go L Mac, and I'm with the comments on this, but I'm gonna say that Mac is being wise.
LU.
Where are you seeing L Mac? Where are you seeing L Mac? All I see is W Mac.
There's lots of L Macs in the comments.
All right.
No, there's not.
I'm muting everyone that said there's no. Okay, I think I'm just muting Irish.
And I think that I'm gonna wait until tomorrow at 5 p.m. No, what time is it? It was 5
Today.
p.m. Eastern, right?
I think she wants to talk today.
No, I think you
in
said tomorrow.
4 hours?
I think she said today. She said she had to run some errands and that she was going to go live later today.
Guys, did you understand that she's...
She's going to do it today.
Boss lady said today, Switch says today.
Oh, I misunderstood. So then I would hold off judgment because everyone in the comments, like I have every single reservation everyone said.
As everyone should. I like I
Especially the
said,
fact
I
that
don't.
Ash,
Yeah, I don't have a problem with anybody who has their
but Ash
reservation.
has said this before. Ash had said this before. Ash apologized before. And Ash went through this before and nothing changed. And then also, like, I don't really hear Ash saying what Bobby did wrong. I'm really not. I'm hearing that Ash is being affected by it, but I'm not hearing Ash say Bobby's clearly lying about the police. Clearly, Bobby's lying because Bobby said that he never reported Max Scrape to the police. Bobby made that abundantly clear. Bobby said that he would give up his account if it was shown that he had reported Max Scrape to the police. And we now have an email from the police stating exactly that. And we have an officer's voice stating that he's dangerous.
Do we want to play the
And
videos that he
so-
posted about that? He just posted 2 videos.
Oh, did he post videos? Yeah, I'd love to see him because until Ash is able to be able to say, here's what Bobby did that's wrong. Here are the specific lies that Bobby made. Here are the ways that Bobby hurt his friends and his allies. I don't trust Ash. I don't think that's unfair to not trust Ash. So
I'm not saying it's
I'll wait.
unfair.
Yeah, no. You're being a much better person than I would be. But I'm
Well,
waiting
that's
until the 5 p.m.
because...
No, I knew your reasons. I don't have that patience at this point. You're not wrong, Mac. You're just... I can't believe I'm going to say this. You've got a bigger heart than I do right now, which is weird and not comfortable for me.
So here's the thing. I think it'll take baby steps to get there, but I think, if she wants to kind of center it around what Bobby has or has not done to her as the result of this, and then we can maybe work towards showing her the things that he lied about and get her to go on the record saying those things, I think that's like fine if that's
I mean,
how this starts. I mean, he's not gonna like to see this. He's already gonna be pissed at her. He's already gonna.
no, she didn't say anything too much. That
Well, yeah, and that's where I disagree
she
as
said
well.
He lied. That's all.
Well,
He said he lied. That's all he said.
even if she spilled all the dirt and said everything, Bobby knows that cutting Ash off would be a horrible look. So I don't think he would do that to
still
himself. It would be gradual. It would be gradual, but I don't think he would do it the way he did a white man. The way he did it to Judo, I don't think he would do this even remotely same as he did it with Ash. Will he probably unmod Ash and then at a later time slowly, gradually remove Ash from the community? Sure. I don't think it would be the same as with Judo.
I disagree.
I mean, I think-
if there's someone in the comments who he knows does not agree with him and is saying that he messed up, they're blocked.
I think, I mean, yeah, we'll see later tonight what she wants to kind of talk about, and we'll see later tonight what she wants to kind of talk about, and I'm willing to later tonight try to work with her to get her to see the things that Bobby's been doing, because again, I don't think that Ash watched our live. I don't think that Ash watched. She might have popped in here or there, but I'm sure she's been fed a bunch of lies from Bobby. So I just want to make sure that she has all of the information.
Yeah, it's a
or
possibility
the
she wasn't
relevant-
viewing it with open eyes. She was already viewing it as
Yeah,
far as
so-
all of this is lies.
Look, she is fully equipped right now to say that Bobby is a liar when Bobby claims he did not make sexually explicit and vulgar comments about Mac. She was there for the entire thing. She can admit that. She has full personal knowledge of that. She can also admit
Yeah, we can try to get that later.
that I was not in the comments that first day. I was not in the comments when the McDonald's stuff happened. I was not in the comments when they talked about Yancey Wallace and that we had nothing to do with it. She's able to say, I never sexually harassed her partner. That she is fully equipped to admit are lies. And until I see her go one by one on the facts that I know she knows are lies, she knows there were no comments about me even mentioning her partner. I literally don't think I even mentioned her partner. She knows I was not in that first video. She knows that she was given full access because she was told within 30 days of that live to go back and look at the comments because she had the option to do that. And we told her, extract those comments out to prove what you're saying. And Ash chose not to do that for some reason. And I'm going to guess Bobby told her not to, or she knew it was a lie. So, like, there's a lot that she's able to say. These are all lies.
18
Then we'll
US
get
code.
that later
Five-
tonight.
She could also say that she lied when she told people she didn't brag about doxing you and I. So
Well, then we'll get her to say it later tonight.
yeah, I mean, until she does that, I'm not in any way like Ash is still Ash in my opinion.
And that's fair.
I mean,
and that's why I
yeah,
told
like,
everybody in the
no-
comments. I even told Ash that once I open up the comments, once I open up the panel, it's not going to be that different. It's not. It wasn't going to be that different because it's not just it's not just a matter of coming up here saying I'm sorry and then everything is, roses and yeah. So it's valid. It's fair for anyone to continue to think that.
I'll write up a list of questions that I want to ask about the situation that I want her to honestly answer, and I will present them to her later tonight. So if anyone has any questions that are related to this that they want me to ask her later tonight, then I can do that. Just send them to me.
Got it. Okay, what's this?
Okay, so this was a
This is
video he
him
posted.
suggesting.
Yeah, well, listen,
Suggesting
you
the
can
officer
you
is
could
a
definitely
liar.
hear. You
suggesting the
can
officer
you
is
could
a
definitely
liar.
hear.
That noise, I
I have trauma.
got trauma as well. It's
All right,
killing
you
me. I
know
don't
what?
it is.
Then go Go play on your glitchy lives over there, all right? And leave my my
All right,
capability
Ooh,
of.
that was crazy. Ernesto taking away our power.
I do want to point out, and maybe I'm wrong because I haven't seen him talk on this yet, but I do want to point out he is calling upon a federal statute to talk about a state employee. So I want to be super clear. Again, I don't know what he's about to say, but as someone who worked in a law firm as a fax repairman, I know immediately that he is citing federal law, which would not apply to state employees. And when you see the word officer, Bobby, you moron, that means an officer off the United States. It does not mean a police officer. But let's see the video. Maybe he's not that dumb.
18 U.S. Code 912, officer.
No, he's that dumb.
Why is it not?
I take it back. He is that dumb.
Why is it not coming through? What happened with the video? All right, I'm gonna play it from.
TikTok decided that it was that stupid that they're objecting.
All right, let me play it just directly from the TikTok. That might be better. That might come through better. Hold on, let me make sure it's up. Oh, look at that, it is. Hold on, I'll bring it up now, guys. Where is here? Let me center it and let's go.
18 U.S. Code 912, officer or employee of the United States. I'm just going to give you one example on a federal level. On a state and local, the same rings true for the most part. What are you talking about? What code is this? Whoever falsely assumes or pretends to be an officer or employee acting under the authority of the United States or any department, agency, or officer thereof and acts as such or in such pretended character demands or obtains any money, paper, document, or things of value shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 3 years or both. There are other state, local penal codes and statutes that come into play when you pretend to be something that you're not. So
Who's the pretend cop, Bobby?
I implore those people who do this sort of thing to pretend to be an officer, whether it's using a voice recorder or whatever. It's illegal. I just thought I'd let you guys know.
Guarantee the officer is going to put out a
Anyways,
video.
we'll see.
I guarantee you we're going to get the officer to put out a video with their uniform on. Wait, did it end? Ernesto, we can't hear you.
That was it. That was the end of that video.
Okay, so it's not, first of all, the menacing music is just sort of reflecting the stupidity of your brain operating. The more you talk, the more scary it is because how dumb you look. A, the officer's a real officer because they spoke to you, Bobby, and you're lying about the fact that the officer spoke to you. B, what thing of value? And C, what lie has the officer ever told? You donkey. You donut. What a moron. All right, what's the other second stupid video?
All right, so
Good afternoon.
hold on. Let's bring it up and hopefully this one plays all the way through.
Good afternoon. This is JR's Toys World. He created a nexus between himself, his business.
Oh gosh, the Nexus. Why? Okay, so they're not recording.
That's a new
well.
video? I haven't seen that.
Yeah. All right.
He's going to threaten someone's job again. This is crazy.
Yeah. All right.
His girlfriend, how is she saying, how dare someone go for her job, which nobody has, when Bobby's go-to move is to threaten people's job? It's so weird.
See you all again soon.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me go to again. Let me just go directly to his TikTok. Oh, did he already remove them? Or do I just need to refresh? Oh, nope, they're there. Okay. Oh, so there are two. I'm going to go with JR first. Oh, nope, wrong one. Let's go with JR first.
Good afternoon. This is JR's Toys World. He created an
Ash was already here,
between
Antonio.
himself, his business, and his statements. The things JR has said is false. I did not go AWOL. I did not get a dishonorable discharge from the Marine Corps. Out of good faith, I'm
Really
going to
pissed
give
him
you
off.
the opportunity, JR, to retract your statements and to offer a public apology. I'm going
You
to
don't
give you
have to
that
retract this.
opportunity.
Gosh, that
And I think you should take it.
the unnecessary
JR.
pauses.
And since you have already mentioned your name publicly, and I have it recorded, Mr. John, you need to retract all your videos, and you need to get everybody, all your friends, to do that. The ones that are pushing false information about me, like the way you have been.
Not happening.
I take great offense to you
I can't get Max to do
saying
something.
that I
JR 's
was
not-
dishonorably discharged from the Marine Corps.
No way in hell I
You of
take
all
down any of
people
my
should know
videos
better
now.
than that.
More.
And I will not stand for it. You, sir, need to publicly apologize now.
I don't know. If Jared wants to give me some Coachella tickets, I may, you know.
Now. And the only reason I'm telling you this now, I'm giving you the opportunity to make it right. That's it. I'm giving you that opportunity. Do it.
Do it.
I'll be waiting. Okay? I'll be waiting for that public apology because you lied to everybody about my background and I have it recorded. I'll see you.
Anybody else got chills from the pauses and from the do it? Do it.
Like, this is crazy. Genuinely crazy. His crash out last night was crazy. And the fact that he's like, bro,
Hello, everybody.
Yeah,
just freaking L.
just for everyone in here, because I do think that our credibility is really important. And so I'm going to remind people again that when it comes to the military stuff, we were extremely clear that those are allegations that, from my standpoint, if I was anybody else, if anyone else was up here with the information that had been provided to them, they would say that it is a fact that that happened to Bobby. However, I'm a lot more skeptical. And so until I see a piece of paper that confirms what it is I'm being told by government officials, Bobby, so you can come ahead and try to sue me all you want, I am allowed to reasonably rely on the word of a government official. I would be very, very, very very within my rights and in the clear if I wanted to go around stating that as a statement of fact, Bobby, because I am relying upon a reliable source that has told us this information about you. Notwithstanding, we have made clear that is an allegation because all I can do is rely on what it is I have been told. So I don't know what to tell you, Bobby. Bobby doesn't understand the difference between a statement of fact and an allegation, I guess, which is weird given the fact that he does this stuff all the time.
Well, I'm gonna play this last video, his last new video, so we can bring up the guests if they still want to come up here.
This is Amy. Amy, stop pushing a false narrative about me. You continue to harass me, and I've got your screenshots of your text messages to the world. So you need to cease and desist immediately. To everybody else that's just like her, I've been doing my homework and I know that you guys have been saying things that are false and I can prove it. It is provable and verifiable that what you're saying is not true. So it needs to stop. Soon I will be providing information on a very big creator who lied to you, and I think that is very criminal what they have done. So we're going to continue to push forward, and it's my turn to defend myself, and I will. in a legal
Well, if you want to
sense.
defend yourself, maybe you
Take care.
shouldn't change your phone number or your email so that way the police can contact you back, Bobby.
I do want to reiterate to people in here. First of all, Amy, I'm incredibly sorry that he is choosing to make you a target in order to intimidate you. And if you are scared, let's talk offline about what it is you're able to do. I do want to remind everyone in here that this guy's a sociopath. And what he's doing right now is he is trying to go after each person and make them scared in order to put pressure on Mac and I, perhaps, or divide and conquer. I'm not really sure what it is, but his strategy is to start going after each of you in the comments. You need to respect that. You need to understand that he is a dangerous, crazy person who will make your life will try to ruin your life. And you need to act accordingly. That means that if you're going to talk about him, you need to either be really, I don't give a crap, or you guys need to take steps to protect yourself. Get rid of your social media that may be connected to your TikTok. Use TikTok alts when you want to talk about him, but be careful because he's a fucking crazy person.
I also would like to ask Amy if she could provide the telephone number to the world, because if she has access to message the world, that's pretty impressive.
I also want to say that he's really just doing this, I think, to, like Irish said, isolate Irish and I from you guys who are supporting us publicly. So if you've made videos about him, it's up to you if you want to continue doing that, because he's kind of, crazy. But what I will say is that you haven't done anything wrong by making those videos about him. So it's up to you if you want to stop or continue.
Yeah, but just recognize that you not continuing or you moderating what it is you say in the comments or in your videos is totally okay. It's not, Mac and I don't want anyone to sacrifice their mental health or throw themselves in the lion den to support us. That's not support, okay? Protect yourself. Make sure you're only doing things that you feel comfortable doing.
Swish, you did mean to request, correct?
I did.
Okay,
Gentle
just wanted to make
parenting.
sure. Just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, thanks. Gentle parenting has entered the chat. And I just want to say, Mac, that that is what I was going to suggest. I understand that Ash needs to do the work, really, but I think that your thought about writing out a list of questions and pointing out, okay, he said this. Do you understand that that's a lie? I think that's how you're going to have to do it. And there's a number of reasons for that, right? Ash does have a problem getting her words together, especially when she's feeling very under pressure. And I think that's what you see. I agree with a lot of what Irish said here and with a lot of the chat. And I'm going to go ahead and unblock Ash in case she does want to reach out, only from TikTok though, not anywhere else. But I think your plan is a good one. And then all you guys can do, all I can do, all anyone can do is, gauge whether there's a sincerity there and a real turnaround. And somebody did say in the chat, wanting to know what the thing was that got her to do the soul searching that she's talking about. And I think that's a really valid point. And I would suggest asking that too. That's all I wanted to say. Continue doing what you're doing. I love y'all. And that's it.
Well, for those in the chat who did not hear, and we can ask Amy again, but from what Amy, I'm sorry, not Amy, but what Ash said was the fact that Ash was very, very upfront on during a live that she was ready to end it all, and Bobby was still live during that, and Bobby knew that was going on, but chose not to end his live to check on her.
Ernesto, if I could say something about that, and I'm glad that you brought that up because that is one of the points I wanted to make, because Ash did say, that was one of the realizations. And if he was her friend, he would have reached out. And who reached out? Nobody. Now,
Nobody.
I'm going to say that, right. And so, but when, there are people who got wind of all of that stuff days later who didn't see it at the time, who were Ash's friend and supported Ash for a very long time on this app. And we did have conversations, and there were people that reached out. So I guess I would just say that that is one of the things that I hope that she looks at. I hope she goes back through all of her messages and thinks back on conversations that she's had and really realizes that, like, her, to use my friend's phraseology, like, her island has been chipped away at, and she's now standing on a very, very small island. And so many of the people who genuinely cared about her have been like, no, that's it. You're on the wrong side of this. I am going to unblock her. That's all I'm going to say about that. But, I hope it's genuine, and I hope she does realize, that and starts, trying to build those bridges back. That's it. That's all I wanted to say.
I do want to point out that it definitely may have felt like coaching her when I was telling her that her continuing to repeat the same thing was not going to have her come off as genuine, but she may just not know that. Considering what she's going through, she was just going to repeat the same thing because that was top of mind for her, and she does typically speak what's top of mind. But repeating that sound, what was going to sound, continuing to repeat that was going to sound more just like a pity me before anybody else. And I don't even think her intention were to do that when she came in here.
I'm going to drop down, Ernesto. Thank you guys for
Swish.
giving me just a minute. And I'll try to catch this later, and I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But you all have a very good day, okay?
You as well.
You too.
Thank you.
All right, we do have another person, and just let me know. It's Gwash or Gwash 73. I'm not sure if you meant to request. Gwash 73. No, maybe did not mean to request. That's fine. If you did mean to request, you could just re-request, and I'll bring you right back up.
I do want to very quickly say, and this is not like a humble brag. If anything, like this is not a good thing, right? But when we were talking about you guys protecting yourselves, comments was a lot of people saying, "I won't stand down. We support you," and stuff like that. For those of you in the comments, I don't know what's happened in your personal lives, obviously, but you guys have not generally been the subject of this type of harassment. And while Mac and I play it off very well, and we act as though it doesn't really affect us in any way whatsoever, when somebody is making dozens of videos about you, when somebody is putting your image up on a backdrop, when somebody is talking about you behind your back relentlessly, when someone is seeking out who it is you are online, when you find that someone is looking at photos of your family members, when you find that someone is starting to release information about your family members, when you find that somebody is finding very personal things that mean things to you, whether it be personal trauma that has happened to you, whether it be children, whether it be vulnerable people around you, and that they start using them to hurt you, I can tell you right now, it is terrorizing. It's not cute. It's not fun. It's not easy. And I really, really, really need people to respect. You really need to respect that even though Mac and I make it seem like it's not a big deal, it is a very big deal for most people. It is an extremely scary thing for most people. And we do not want people to put themselves in a circumstance that they cannot take and that they should not have to take. You're not being a hero by saying, I don't care, I'm going to sacrifice my mental health for this person. It's that you're not being a hero. What you're doing is that if you're biting off more than you can chew, now we're worried for you. And now we need to provide support for you. And now we need to be there for you. And it's going to just give Bobby exactly what it is he wants. So my point is, respect the fact that this person is dangerous. Respect the fact that he does genuinely try to mentally tear you down through gaslighting, through threats, through alluding to things that are deeply personal. And it's a lot. And recognize that we are not asking you to do that, and that you guys can provide support in 100 different ways. None of which may require you to do that. So please take the threat seriously and act accordingly to protect yourselves, please. And we'll talk to Amy offline. But if he stops going after Amy, he will just go after somebody else. It's just who he is.
But again, I want to point out, notice how he has been very, ever since he got wind of him being investigated, whenever he called the officer, he's been directing focus onto other people. Just want to point that out. If he really wasn't scared of, this investigation, whatever, like he's trying to play it off on his lives, then why did he stop talking about me immediately after being informed? Now, I'm definitely happy that he has, but I'm just throwing that out there for people to think on.
I did not mean to join. Sorry, guys. I was liking the live. How do
How
I?
dare you like the live?
Yep.
I know.
You're stuck up here now. Nope, you can't go anywhere. You're trapped.
I'm trapped.
All right, I'll put you back down. Comments.
Thanks. Bye.
But yeah, I think last night's live was really good. I wasn't expecting to really respond to his BS. But I think last night's live really was good. I think he is clearly scrambling at this point he's grasping at any straw that he can find to save him. And it's not gonna work. So, yeah.
And, when we're talking about protecting yourself and mental health, that makes a dangerous man desperate, which makes him even more dangerous. So while we have him somewhat beaten, he does not know how to submit. I do believe that. He's never, ever, ever, ever going to say he was wrong. And so his only answer is to escalate. And right now he's a trapped animal. He looks weak, he looks pathetic, he looks scared, but he'll also bite your fucking hand off and do anything to survive. So, if, Ash does do what is actually required, if he all of a sudden becomes transphobic, I would not be surprised at all.
Becomes. We've already got him admitting to not caring about.
Sorry, towards her. Yeah,
There we go.
I
Perfect.
understand that. Right. If anybody has advice on what to do, because we've dealt with these narcissists before, I've turned many of them into my long-term stalkers. Bobby will never let Mac alone, or me, likely. I've noticed this about the narcissist, or whatever it is he has, whatever mental disease it is, it doesn't matter. But that type of person, they're relentless. Once they feel that they've been wronged by someone, they will never give it up, right? My question to everyone in here is there a benefit in destroying this person's story, destroying this person's delusion, or meaning to keep on pushing, or have we done what is sufficient, allowed him to show his true colors today and walk away? Because I don't know how you win, quote unquote, with someone like this. They will never get rid of their TikTok account. They will never stop talking. They will never stop coming after someone. If anything, they're just going to become more and more desperate. And so I'm inclined that maybe after Ash's live, we put a pin in this, because I'm not really sure where else to go with it. Or is there a benefit to crippling this person based upon revealing who he is? Will that prevent him from doing it to someone else? I'm not convinced of that. With a lot of people who I will verbally lash, a large reason why I do that is that it breaks down their ego and it makes them susceptible or open to listening.
I think it honestly just depends. Like, it depends what he comes up with next, and if I think it's worth responding to. Because I'm not going to say, oh, I vow never to respond to him again, and then if he comes up with something that I want to respond to. So I think it just really depends.
Hold on, Mac. Sorry, Mac. Hold on, just one sec. Sorry to cut you guys off. Ash, yeah, I see you. Do you want Irish to stay? Are you okay with Irish staying up here as long as he does not interrupt you, or did you want to continue the conversation with just the three, between the three of us? I'm okay with either one.
Know me longer. How are you going to kick me?
While Ash decides, yeah, so I'm not going to say like, oh, like it really just depends, because it just depends. There are some things I would want to respond to. There are some things that I wouldn't.
No, Mac, I understand that. I'm not saying to put a total halt. If he comes out and he says something, traumatizing, like you have a right to respond. That's not really what I mean. What I mean is us just not giving him the attention we've been giving him. I guess I don't know. I don't think there's a way to win when you're combating someone like this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
What do you want to say?
Ash, did you want me to turn off the comments, or are you okay with them on?
No, they can stay on.
Okay.
I just come back up here to the 5 p.m. thing today. That's on my life.
Right.
Or are we doing it on yours?
No. I know you.
This way.
I know you wanted to do that on your live. You said 5 p.m. on your live. You wanted to have a live to do that, which is fine. The other conversation that we were having, you, Mac, and I, we can do that either before or after. It's up to you.
Okay, whichever way y'all want, because I'm going to do mine. Because I'm going to, once I finish saying what I have to say, then I'm going to continue to do what I normally do on this platform, which is try to educate.
Are Mac and I allowed live in order to ask you questions?
Mac is. Sorry, that's just the way I feel. I'm sorry. You have to understand where I'm coming from.
Well, I guess that's the question I would ask, and that's where I'm a little confused about the learning. What is it you think I've done that is unfair to you that would prevent me from asking you questions?
Because you don't let me talk.
But if you're allowed to kick me if I interrupt, is that not sufficient?
Nope. I don't. You can come in there and listen. I'm not having you on my panel. I'm sorry.
I just want to be clear. You understand Bobby has terrorized Mac and tried to slander me as a Petrideo for the past 4 months, right?
Like I said.
Irish. Wait, hold on, Irish. No. Ash has set a boundary. If we can respect that boundary, let's respect that boundary. I would honor the same thing if you did.
Let me point out the disingenuousness of it.
Okay.
Which is the fact that if you're recognizing that what Bobby did is harmful, and if you're recognizing that Bobby was wrong, and if you're recognizing that Bobby is a liar, it's a bit disingenuous in my opinion for you to tone police someone for interrupting when they are trying to combat the lies of a sociopath. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay, I'm dropping down. I'm not trying to tone police anything. Anybody? I have what I have to do. No, I am not a mod for Bobby anymore. I can guarantee you that right now. If he's watching this, I'm already modded. I don't care. I don't care.
Well, let's do this, Ash.
I'm not going after Irish. No.
Yeah, Ash, why don't you host your live first, and then we can talk afterwards?
That's fine. That's fine. Oh, well, you can try. Well, I'll be on my live for a few hours.
Sure.
On mine,
Yeah.
So,
No. Yeah,
but
definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna do mine, and then live for a few hours.
Sure.
On mine,
Yeah.
So,
No. Yeah,
but,
definitely.
Yeah, I'm gonna do mine, and then whenever I get done with my VR, I'll come in and join.
Sure. Yeah, I'll just let you know when I'm live.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you.
back.
So
up, Ash.
Ash is going to be joining this live at what time?
After
I'm
Ash
doing my
is
live
done.
at 5.
Okay.
So it'd be in the evening after Ash is done with her own live.
So everyone meet here.
How late though? So what time?
I don't know. It depends on how long Ash's live is. I can't put a time on Ash's live.
My lives are normally 5 or 6 hours. I don't know. It just depends on how many people I get to get my panel.
Maybe 8 p.m. Central. That would be 9 p.m. Eastern.
5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I should be wrapping it up around it. Like I said, sometimes it just depends how many people they want to. I mean, sometimes my conversations go long, and yes, I'm talking about Bobby. Oh, well, that's the first part of my life, but the second part of my life is about talking about what I talk about with this trans, especially trans kids. That's what I talk about every day.
Well,
Is
Ash,
it
let's
possible for you to do your statement and then come immediately over here and then go back and do your regular live? Wouldn't that make more sense?
I'm not available at that time, so it's going to have to be later on. So let's. So Ash, I will go live at 9 p.m. your time. I will go live. If you are done, please. As soon as you're done, please feel free to jump on over.
That's fine. That's fine. I can do that.
Can I?
Like I said,
Can I ask
ahead.
just a couple of very simple questions?
go ahead.
Do you agree that you had previously said that I sexually harassed you and your partner in regard to the live that took place around January 1st? That was the McDonald's live. And that I was in the comments antagonizing you and your partner and sexually harassing you and your partner. Do you agree that that is a lie?
I don't, Irish, you know how many months ago that's been? Do I remember yesterday? I don't remember things from yesterday.
Okay, so then you
sorry.
don't remember that ever happening, correct?
I don't remember. I'm being honest.
Okay, so you don't remember that ever happening, correct? You don't ever remember me sexualizing or antagonizing you and your partner in those comments, correct?
I do not remember. Like I'm saying, my memory is bad.
No, so
I'm
you're
sorry.
saying that it didn't happen in your head, correct?
In my head, I don't remember.
Yeah, so it didn't happen in your head, right? If I was to ask you, did that happen? Your answer would be no, because
don't
I do not
remember.
remember. Okay, so let me ask you another question. Do you agree that on that live, because the video's up on my channel, so you can watch the video, do you
Yeah.
agree that Bobby did make sexually vulgar and explicit comments, including pertaining to the coming with a toy and the feeding her to a Petrio and laughing about it? Do you agree that Bobby did do that and that Bobby is lying that he did not do that?
The only way I can agree to that right now is if I go back and watch the video because I have the whole video downloaded on my phone.
I mean, you've seen the video multiple times. You're not able to tell me
No,
whether...
I've seen it one time. Because when you held your live about me, I was not in there. Because I left because I was doing something to myself.
So you're...
So, no.
Okay, so you do remember him saying about coming with a toy. You do remember that part of it, correct?
I remember that part. That's it.
Okay,
Like
and
I
you
said.
agree that Bobby is lying when he says that was not sexual, correct?
If that's the way it came out, then yes.
No, I'm asking you, do you agree that the way that Bobby said it was sexual, so then when Bobby says it was not sexual, that makes him a liar, correct?
I need to go back and watch that video. I really do.
Your questions are too wordy, Irish. Ash, do you think that what Bobby said about the McDonald's coming with the toy, do you think that was a sexually inappropriate comment to make?
That was very inappropriate.
Was it
comment to make.
sexually
inappropriate.
inappropriate? your opinion.
I can't say yes or no. I don't know. I have to go back and look at Mac, I'm being serious. I have to go back and look at the video. I'm going to
You
go back
remember?
the whole live feed.
Well,
I
we
have
can
it
play
downloaded
it
to my
right.
phone.
We can play it right now
No.
if it's difficult.
I don't have time right now. I'm sorry. I just keep back compared to let everybody know that I'm hosting my live at 5. I want to get that correct.
Okay, so let me ask you this question: do you also now agree that when you bragged about schmuxing Mac and you tried to blame that on judo, I want to be clear, you agree that Bobby is the one who told you that Bobby gave Mac and Mai, or what he thought to be Mac and Mai's information to judo, correct?
I never said that.
I didn't ask you what you said. I'm asking you right now. Do you agree that Bobby called you up and told you that he had found Mac's personal private information and that he thought he'd found my personal private information and that he directed you to tell you, go to judo because he has it? Do you agree with that?
I
You've shown
don't
the phone
remember.
records. So what is it Bobby's done, Ash? It sounds like Bobby's not done anything wrong at all.
Oh my God. This is why I didn't want to come up here with you up here. This
Why?
is why.
It's called accountability.
I'm dropping down. I'm sorry, y'all.
Ash, I'm asking a really gentle question. I'm not really sure why this question is so scary to answer. Do you agree he lied about the police officer?
I don't know.
So why are you breaking up with
I
him if
wasn't
you don't know he
there.
did anything wrong, Ash?
Well, let's look.
So,
Look.
Ash, what
Hold
did
on,
Bobby
Irish. We can continue this conversation later.
No, I won't be on that conversation.
Okay,
so we're not gonna get this clarity.
then
That's
you won't
why.
be on the conversation later. That's fine. But
I don't recall, Ash. Ash, you don't want to be on a panel with me because you know I won't be soft about it. And you know that I'll expose that you're still lying. That's why you don't want me on a panel, Ash. It's not accountability when you'd have spent months lying. And then when someone asks you very basic questions, you continue to lie. You don't remember? Then why are you going on live saying that something happened if you don't remember? Everything you said, Ash, everything would have been an easy answer to provide if you were really. Everything you said, Ash, everything would have been an easy answer to provide if you were really taking accountability. It feels a lot more like self-preservation, Ash, because I don't hear you saying what Bobby has done to Macarai is wrong. It seems like the heat with Bobby has gotten too hot for you, so you're jumping out of the frying pan now. It's not fucking accountability, Ash.
what's up, Judo?
You know, I listened to Irish advice about mental health, and I agree to a level that yes, we need to be concerned about people's mental health and your mental health and stuff like that. But Ash is different. I take that statement, in a different light, through a different lens. She has betrayed so many people that is beyond redeemable, in my opinion. Whatever lives she claims she's going to have, whatever bullshit excuse she's going to throw. There's people that embrace solutions, and there's people that. And I knew back on January 7th, a week before the situation with, not the situation, but when I got excommunicated, I knew I was on the wrong. I knew what I had been participating was absolutely vile, and I didn't know how to resolve it. I didn't know it. And Irish, he gave me the solution. It was a solution for me to resolve it, to make amends, try to recover, and be a better person. And it was like a ton of bricks came off my shoulders, and he could speak to it. We already know what it is. Ash has been given so many opportunities right after Bob. I want people to understand this. I got a video of her betraying me, her calling me out, her telling me it was judo that doxed Irish. It was judo who did this. It was judo who was doing that. I want people to understand it. That video is still on my wall. I stopped smashing her because of a good friend. It was because of a good friend. And the fact that she was even given another opportunity by Swish, and I'm not bringing Swish name in it, but to try to mediate a conversation between me and Ash. And all she could say was, well, you got my number. But she's on this panel. She's willing to come up here, jump the old Bobby sinking ship. If Bobby's recording that, Ash has been training your ass for the last month and a half, Bobby, if you didn't fucking know that. But it just frustrates me to the key that now all of a sudden she wants to have a conversation. And I mean, Matt can have her conversations, and I'm not talking about that because I think she should be doing 22-year-old stuff. I'm going to be honest. She should be doing whatever 22-year-olds today do. I know what I was doing when I was 22. I started worrying about doing stupid shit like this. She should be enjoying her life right now. But she's been attacked for the last 4 freaking months, and Ash played a role. She was in there this morning, 12 hours ago? She was in there 12 hours ago, blocking people, agreeing with people attacking Max still, watching Bobby grift from everyone as much as he could. He got $500 yesterday. $500. And Ash participated in that grift. Actively participated. And now she wants to have a live, my opinion, and this is just me recommending. I wouldn't even call this a strategy. I wouldn't even bother. Let her spit her bullshit because she is done. Her own communicated has 6 degrees of separation on her. That is from one of the most respected representatives. A conversation I had with them privately. And they can play it recorded. I don't care. It was their words. Let her say whatever bullshit she has to say, and then I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't even participate in it. That's my opinion. That's what I say. I'm sorry. I'm done.
I was going to say that, like, so tonight, here's what I'm going to do. Tonight is going to be the last opportunity I give Ash, final opportunity to either take accountability and, agree to the questions that we're asking. And if not, then we're going to continue to include the things that Ash has done moving forward. This is the last opportunity that I'm going to give Ash because we've already given many opportunities. So this is the last one. And I'm going to ask questions that I would like answers to. And if those answers aren't sufficient, then we all know what that'll mean.
Well, then
I recommend that Ash watch the videos now so that Ash doesn't get the claim later. I don't remember, which is a BS response.
We'll have those videos ready as well. So,
Yeah, Ash,
if Ash doesn't watch them, we'll have them ready to play real time.
And the funny part about it, she mentioned in here that she said she had the video downloaded on her phone. Back in January, I asked, because Irish brought up a point, and I was like, hey, that's a good way to prove that he's lying. Because she's the one that said he came in there. And he was like, provide the video, show the video, Ash. And I caught when that one of those conversations, those call logs, that was part of that conversation. Hey, you download that video, Ash, from your archives or whatever from TikTok, and we could play it, and you can show everyone that Irish came or Mac or somebody came into your live. Oh no, I deleted it because I'm done with this shit. I don't want to have deleted it. And I was just so shocked.
Tonight, here's what I'll do. For example, what we just asked about McDonald's. I'll ask her that. If she says she doesn't remember, I'll pull up the clip. I'll ask Ernesto to pull up the clip. We'll all watch it together. The question will be asked again. And that way there can be no disingenuous, I don't remember statements made.
I want to be clear. Ash doesn't want me on the panel because Ash thinks that she can manipulate Mac and Ernesto. That doesn't mean she can, but she thinks that she can manipulate Mac and Ernesto. And the truth is, Mac will hold you to the fire as much as I will. But what I'm not understanding, Ash, is as follows.
Geez, I guess I won't.
You can make amends with Mac. And if you make amends with Mac...
Your mic is muffled, Irish.
Sorry, no. You can make amends with Mac. And you can tell partial truths about Bobby. But if you don't make full amends, what that means, Ash, is that you are going to have Bobby on your ass and you're going to have me on your ass. You're going to have both of us on your ass because you're going to be telling incomplete truths. So, Ash, I strongly recommend tonight you tell the full truth. Admit that you bragged about schmoxing Mac and I. Admit that schmoxing information came from Bobby. Admit that you did think that Bobby's comments were schmexual and they were connected to prior conversations you guys had about schmex toys. Admit that you believe Bobby is lying when he claims that he didn't report Mac's Grape. Admit that you think Bobby is lying when he says that no officer called him to say he's being investigated. And if you can't do all of that, I just think you're making the worst decision in the world, because why on earth would you want the heat of both Bobby and I? It's like a sociopath sandwich. Why would you wish that upon yourself, Ash? You could simply tell the truth and be honest, because if you tell a half truth against Bobby, he's going to be angry. You tell the full truth, he's still going to be angry. So what are you gaining by being mealy-mouthed?
And please, Ash, for the love of God, don't try to use any of those little bullshit techniques during your call out trying to derail the conversation. You know what I'm talking about. Everyone knows what you did. I'm just throwing that out there.
If your mental health is an issue, imagine what Mac's mental health must be like. If you're scared of Bobby, imagine how Mac might feel. Instead of centering yourself, Ash, perhaps realize that you've been enabling an abusive person to hurt and destroy the mental health of others. Perhaps put other people's mental health first for once instead of your own as a shield. And just to be super clear, after this, Ash is still a racist. Ash has no problem with the fact that her friends say the N-word. It's not like I'm going to be friendly with Ash after this, but take accountability for this one specific thing.
When I first started this conversation, yeah, I mean, I wasn't going to discount all of that. That just wasn't what this conversation was about in particular. We weren't going to be bringing up anything other than what was going on with Mac. But yeah, you're right. You're right. But Ash did do those things as well. Ash is those things. I won't deny that.
And a pathological liar who lied to close members of her own community. Like, who does that? Like, to close members of her own community. Like, who does that? Like, Ash, I think you're a deeply unsafe person and will be for the rest of your life. At your age, there's no changing you. But on this one issue, you can choose not to be harmful, but that doesn't change your constitution as a person, which is made out of jelly.
Well, yeah, at certain ages, it's very, very difficult to change things. I mean, you still have people who are Trekkies, for goodness sake.
Hey.
I was talking about
I don't hold anyone to the flames according to a certain fax machine repairman. Okay, all right. You do. I've seen you. You'll repeat the same. You're very good at staying focused on the same question and not letting them pivot. I will 100% agree. I've seen you do that multiple times. You offer no catharsis, Ernesto. You may get results, but you offer the masses no catharsis. Mac does deliver the catharsis but no results. So together you are a deadly duo. You will get the actual truth, Ernesto. Mac will give us the catharsis. But I am the union of both of you, and I deliver both things to the masses, which is why I'm so beloved.
Oh, who did that? Oh, bummer. That was a bummer. That was a glitch. TikTok, I don't understand why TikTok is so glitchy nowadays. I don't get it. It just so happens that TikTok did not believe the words I was saying.
Ernesto, you are Morpheus, Mac is Trinity, but I am Neo. I am the one.
Then he ran himself. Oh my gosh. I don't know if there's anything else to say right now, Mac. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to add. Judo?
No, I don't have anything.
Yeah.
All I can say is, Mac, you have a very, very big heart, giving Ash yet again another opportunity. Just shows who your character. That's all.
Now, Judo, I can't fault you for feeling how you feel. There's no way. I can't fault anybody for not. And that's why I said that from the get-go. I turned off the comments because it was going to be difficult for Ash to focus. It was going to be very difficult for Ash to focus with the comments on, because the comments, I'm even skeptical. I have no problem in saying that. I'm skeptical about it, but I'm still going to give somebody the opportunity to say what they have to say. And like I said, it may have been a little bit of coaching on my part when I decided to let Ash know to continuously repeat the self-harming and all of that seemed a little more performative and seemed like they were just doing this to garner. So I have I have no problem with anyone who is skeptical about this. I have no problem. But yeah, I'm still going to give, just like I've done before, I'm going to give people the opportunity to speak. I'm going to give people the opportunity to say what they're going to say, and then after that, whatever happens after that. So.
To people in the comments who do mention it, we did check his GoFundMe, which I really do think people need to REPORT for fraud. He currently is $125 out of his $15,000 goal. However, two of those lump sums, I think it was $50 or $25, are clearly from very senior citizens.
Yeah.
And I know that our Ash, also known as Feminash, that our Ash made the point to talk about the grift, because he is ripping off the most vulnerable people in his comments. However, our Ash, I'm not sure if you saw, we literally tried to talk to one of those people. Can't remember her name, but we tried, Brenda, yeah. We tried to explain to Brenda, you're giving away your money to a bad person, and they were antagonistic. And so I'm kind of at a point now, like, I don't think Bobby's fans can be saved. It was, Ash, Brenda. Brenda was in the comments, and we literally tried. I mean, Kika, he is absolutely ripping people off, Kika.
Well, Kika, let me ask you. Let me ask you this.
$15,000 will not do anything.
Kika, I want to ask you this. If it were not a grift, then he could ask specifically for it to be directed towards the GoFundMe. But he had on his background, he didn't have the GoFundMe. What he had was his Cash App and his Venmo. Now, Cash App and Venmo, you don't have to say where you're going to put that money. You could use it however you want once you receive it. But GoFundMe is very good at making sure that if you're saying that it's for a specific thing, they want receipts on what that specific thing is, or they will refund the money. They will do that. Cash App and Venmo, they won't. Once you send the money, you send the money. That's it. So ask
But
yourself.
he's grifting.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
Yeah, no. So ask yourself why he's doing that. Why he's featuring his Cash App and his Venmo, and occasionally mentioning his GoFundMe.
Yeah, but I would also add that it's a grift, Kika. Stop with your rhetoric.
I would
Rhetoric?
assume you mean rhetoric, but yeah.
Okay, you've got the verbal comprehension of Bobby, so I understand why you're a fan now, Kiki. Kika, it's a grift because what is it Bobby's using that money for? What he's really using it for is to combat the criminal investigation, because Bobby cannot sue Mac and I for defamation, because Bobby has no case against Mac and I for defamation, and no attorney is going to take that case. That's why it's a grift, Kika.
And I get it. I understand if you say you've known Bobby for a long time, but like I've said many times, two things can be true at the same time. If you know Bobby and you've seen him and you respect the fact that he has he has knowledge on a specific subject, whether it's the border patrol, whether it's the border, whatever, immigration, any of that, I get that. And I understand if you respect the fact that he has that knowledge and information, great. That's I understand that. But it is also true that he has harassed Mac. It is also true that he's contacted her previous employer. It is also true that he's reached out to her school. It is also true that he sexualized her. All of those things are also true. Those are undeniable.
Yeah. Just like it's also true, Kika, that you are being manipulated by Bobby. And at the same time, you're a fucking idiot. Those two things are true at the same time, Kika. And you're unempathetic. And you don't care about protecting vulnerable people. And you're simping for a man that's dangerous. And you're being manipulated. All those things are true at the same time, Kika. Life is complex. Lots of nuance. Must be really scary for you. I know you like things simple. Bobby, good. Mac, bad. I know you like it really simple, Kika, but I don't know. Critical reasoning is something that we should all employ occasionally. So if you could put some gas in your head and get that engine going.
I've asked it a number of times. If you can come up here, I will happily have a conversation with you. And if you could let me know exactly the things that I've said that have not been true, or what you believe Bobby has said is true, so I can show you where they have not been, I'm more than welcome to have that conversation. I don't know if you're here when you saw me having a conversation with Ash, one of Bobby's biggest supporters, and speaking with Ash. But I'm not going to come at them. I'm not going to come at, and I won't come at you. Just let me know exactly what he has said that is accurate about anything in relation to Mac or Irish or me or anybody on this side, this group, like he says. Or ask me to provide proof of anything that I've said, and I'll happily do that.
Yeah, I've got zero patience for his followers at this point. They've been given every opportunity. There's literally videos on my profile. Like, all you have to do is take your big fat thumb and press play. Like, there's no excuse at this point.
Yeah, Irish.
All you have to do is take your big fat thumb and press play. Like, there's no excuse at this point.
Yeah, Irish has, and deservedly so. Irish and Mac aren't going to have that patient because they've been the ones that have to deal with it. I haven't. No one else besides Mac and Irish have had to deal with it at the level that they've dealt with it. So I do still have the patience because I haven't. He has said my name a couple of times. He's made comments about my teeth and hair. That's nothing in comparison to what they've had to go through. So I completely understand why they don't have the patience for that, as they shouldn't.
Wait, I don't like what Lori just said. Lori just said people really do reflect the person they're following. Lori, don't blame y'all's stabbiness on me. I'm a teddy bear.
Please.
Y'all are independently stabby. That is not on me. Just don't want her to start spinning that narrative. I know that she's saying that Bobby's fans are stupid because Bobby is stupid, and Bobby's fans are heartless because Bobby is heartless. But when I think of like the supporters in here, the first thing that comes to mind is Stabby. And I don't want to be blamed for your stabbiness. I'm constantly telling you not to be stabby.
If you can see the
I'm
comments right now,
constantly telling them, though.
Irish, you can see the comments. You can see that they don't really agree with you.
Hang on a second. Hang on.
They are putting it on you.
Tell them not to be stabby. Am I not constantly the one who are corralling these like maniacs?
No, what you're doing is you're saying, don't be stabby yet.
There's very few. I don't think I ever tell someone to be stabby. I almost always tell everyone to not be, and then sometimes I say, you be you. But that's more like because I'm like, it's justified for you to have your feelings. But I'm not taking responsibility for all these people in the comments in that regard. I am not their anger. That is not fair. Nope, not taking. Why do you attract stabby? I do because I offer healing.
Wow, who reported him? How did he get reported? What did he say? What exactly could he have said for him to get reported? I know it wasn't the stabby people in here. Are you serious? Towards who? The stabbies? That's a bit much. That's a stretch. And are we sure if I don't know if it's the people on the live that did that, or if he did say something. Did he say something that would have triggered that? I can't. I guess it's possible. I guess it's possible. Yeah, but I am going to end it now because I don't think we have anything else to add at this moment. So I will. I'll close it up now. But I do appreciate for those of you guys who hung out and watched, and thank you guys for getting me to 42,000 likes. Mac is still awake, but she's more than happy to receive a couple more. A couple more coins before we leave. Coachella's only like 350 days away, so if you guys have a couple,
anything else to say?
Yeah, if you have a couple of coins to spare, please go ahead and share them with her. Again, I don't need them on my end, but yeah, Mac is happy to receive those gifts on my behalf. Is Irish the next pope? That would be green smoke if that were to happen. It wouldn't be white smoke. Oh, one day. Well, one day is not bad. One day is not bad. So you got a 1 day ban for that. So, but thank you guys. I appreciate it. Appreciate for you guys to hang out, and I will see you guys later tonight when we go live to continue the conversation with Ash. See you guys.